I try to do shows there as much as possible.
Sometimes I go to Flappers just for the food. And I'm not even working on the material.
So talk kind of nerdy about it, man. Like you said, you know, it's Flappers.
Flappers? What's that? What's that is the most popular response to your stupid club name. By the way, Flappers makes perfect sense, Jeff. Come on, you know, a comedy act is he's flapping around. With the ideas are being flapped around. Think about it, it makes sense.
You taking airline lessons, just put down the flappers. You go on camp and you got a flap. On the tent, you got a double tent, you call it flappers. It could make the montage. I'm only doing it for the montage. That goes for decades. This is another hour.
And my father would be like, son, you should be Peral. You should be Peral, son. We are Persian, son. You should be Peral. We had an empire. We had an empire. 2,000 years ago, we had an empire. Right now, it's being remodeled. Right now, it's more like a duplex. It's a duplex. But one day, empire.
I'm super OCD on the journalism, big time. Like, I travel a lot as a comedian. I travel with my own bed sheets, pillow and pillowcase. Every hotel room I stay in looks like an episode of Dexter. I just put plastic.
Welcome to Flappers Comedy Club and Restaurant, where we're still celebrating the repeal of prohibition. We kindly ask that you respect our 2-item minimum and please turn off all cell phones and noisy electronic devices during the show. As a courtesy to the performers and the guests sitting near you, there are no videos, photos, streaming or texting of any kind allowed in the showroom. Please fill out the raffle form located in your table caddy next to the clip note that you can click on if you need food or beverage service during the show. The restrooms are located to the left of the showroom under the exit sign. Also, please remember there is absolutely no talking allowed during the show. Loud talkers and disruptors will kindly be asked to leave. And now, are you ready for a great show? Yes. I can't hear you. Are you ready for a great show? Yeah. That's all I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your host and MC for the evening, Laura Hayden.
This is amazing. How you doing, swingers? Good. Good. There's one. Good. That's what we're going to party with after the show. Well done. Give yourselves a round of applause coming out and watching comedy. The Late Show on a Saturday night. Applaud for yourselves. You may not know this because you haven't had a chance to read your current copy of the New England Journal of Medicine because you've been busy. But comedy's good for you. That's right. It lowers blood pressure, anxiety, and other good things. So tonight, this is for your health. So well done. So drink up. Because I get prettier. Tip the wait staff, because I have to buy drugs too. Look at me, I'm like a total girl. I'm rearranging all this shit up here. I went to a Halloween party just before this, and this was my costume. I don't know what it is. It's a weird, slutty shirt. It's not actually a shirt, but I thought it would be funny. You know, you buy things online, and then you get them, and you're like, oh, they were made for whores. I forgot. Because this is the rest of it. It's actually a dress, okay? And I put it on, and I'm like, I don't think that I'm the right age for this or size. But, you know, I thought it was funny because it's supposed to be grabbing your ass, but for me it's just basically grabbing my back fat is what it's doing. So I don't know. I keep sliding it down. I don't know which way to go with it. I realize I'm not dressed age appropriate. I realize that. But I don't care because we spent a year with the year of no hard pants, correct? Is that what we did, the pandemic? If you wore pants with a zipper in the last year, you lost. You did not do the pandemic correctly. I'll just tell you that right now. You were losing. You could probably do the Zoom meetings with no pants on. I suspect that you did, sir. Good for you. That is totally winning because, you know, you just tie and suit up here and it's like could be no pants down here. You could be like, you could have your feet in a spa down there. They don't know. They don't know what's going on. It's the weirdest thing, though, because of Zoom meetings and the pandemic and everything, plastic surgery has skyrocketed since the pandemic started. Skyrocketed, because we spent the last year and a half looking at ourselves on the computer screen, and we realized we're fucking ugly. we're like, oh my God, why didn't anybody tell me this is what I look like? This is awful. I thought it was decent. No, I'm not decent at all. This is terrible. Even if you fix the lighting, you're still ugly. And so like plastic surgery, I have to fix this. I don't know why it's underneath the carpet. This is just a hazard. By the way, kids, you need to fill out the raffle forms on your desks. Yeah, there's pencils and stuff. There's prizes at the end of the show. Yay, prizes. And if you don't like your prizes, I'll take them. So that's how good they are. Let's see what else happening. Oh, everything. I think the hardest part about the pandemic is going out in the real world. Now we go to restaurants and bars, and we have to get used to what is actually considered a restaurant pour of wine. Because I don't know how it works in your house, but in a restaurant, there's like 4 to 5 glasses of wine in a bottle. In my house, you know how many glasses of wine are in one bottle? 2. That's how it works. And now they bring this like the restaurant pour wine. You're like, I don't think so. I think I learned better in the last year and a half how to pour wine. You fill it to the rim, young lady. You just fill that right up. And everything's grand reopening, grand reopening. I'm actually thinking about putting a sign right here, grand reopening. And then a red carpet that just runs right out of the front. Thanks for laughing at that. Some of you are a little... We're on board here. We're on board. The rest of them are like, we don't know what's going on yet. We're confused by all this. We were supposed to laugh. You're like, you're too busy. Like, they said there'd be a test. I got to fill out this piece of paper. It's crazy now. We don't know how to greet people either. I've looked it up, but we don't know what to do with the greeting because we used to shake hands and then we did the fist bump. But now you can't even fist bump. You're like, I don't know. Am I going to get cooties at this point? Is it going to be bad? So, you know, we're doing all kinds of weird things. We're touching feet. People are like bumping like this. You know, they're like, you know, air high fives. It's just weird. I actually looked it up on the internet, the greetings through time. And there's actually a tribe in New Zealand that stick out their tongue at each other. They're like, ah. Which I guess is technically if you're 6 feet away, but it's still disgusting, don't you think? Like, we don't want to do that. And then there's some tribes in Africa that actually greet each other by grabbing each other's junk, which could be sanitary. I don't know. I don't know for a fact, but based on anatomy, what I know about some people from Africa, it could still be 6 feet away. I don't know. I don't know. I like the fact that you looked at the gentleman at the end here, because at the same time you're like, oh, we're going to get confirmation on that right there. I don't want to do any stereotypes right there, but well done by you, sir. I can tell you, he's not looking at me. I'm not even going to look at this. I already know what I am. I know who I am. So I think what we're going to have to bring back is either the genuflect, you know, be like, hello. We can do that. That's what I'm going for. Or we can just go for the bow. I think that's it. And everybody can get a little hamstring stretch at the same time. So that's nice. So that's like multitasking. That's what I'm going to go for. Anyhow, it's been crazy. I actually started out the beginning of the pandemic, right, February of 2000 and 2020. I had come back from Afghanistan. I know. Who knew that would be the highlight of 2020 for me? Yeah, I know, going to Afghanistan. And I got to see people's faces. I got to touch them. I got to eat dinner with them at a table. It was beautiful. But it's crazy. And then after Afghanistan, I went to Ethiopia. And if you get a chance to go to Ethiopia, go there. It's a beautiful country. Third world country where I gained weight. Who knew? The food's delicious. But it's crazy in Ethiopia. They live with their wildlife. They don't even try to contain it. Like, they would have a guard outside this door, not to keep people out, but to keep baboons out. Swear to God. And my baboon guard was sleeping. Because apparently baboons like biscuits. And I was sitting at a proper table by myself, sitting there, when suddenly a baboon landed right there in my face. Right there. I know, true story. Worst breath ever. Worst halitosis I've ever experienced in my entire life. And it was frightening. They're ugly. They're really ugly. And I was like, oh, and it was like this far from me. I'm like, oh my God, I so need to change the settings on my Tinder account. They're way too liberal. Forgot to tick the box. No primates. No hairy primates. Because we're all primates. I think you probably knew that. But it's crazy. I was like, I don't know how to do the Tinder. I'm a single girl, obviously. I've gone on 25 first dates in the middle of a global pandemic. Can you believe that? 25 first dates. Nothing says sexy like a social distancing walk with a mask on. You feel my pain right there. 25 first dates. Guess how many second dates? Correct. I'm beginning to believe I might be the problem. But I don't think it's my fault. I don't think it's my fault. Men my age are disgusting. They're horrible. They're absolutely disgusting. And there's just things that you can't accept in life. I spent 90 minutes with a flat earther, okay? And I have to tell you, they have a very compelling argument. If you're a flat earther here, good for you. They have a very compelling argument. I listened to the whole thing. I was like, well, that is more than I thought I would think. And I'm like, that is an interesting thought process. He goes, well, you're going to go out again? And I'm like, no, because I believe in science. So we didn't go out again. Here's another. A guy wanted to go out with me again, but ladies, correct me if I'm wrong. He had made dinner for me, and we were eating dinner. And like, you know, if you spill something on the counter and you lick your finger, you're like, okay, that's kind of acceptable. All right. He got food on his hands, like pesto. And right now, guys, I'm giving you some advice. If you do this, don't. He got some pesto on his fingers. He went full finger squeegee. 3 of them, not one. At least 2 knuckles in, okay? Not just the tips, not like sexy licking, full finger squeegee. And I was like, no, we can't go out again. Am I right? We can't do that. That's disgusting, right? Finger squeegee. I felt like I was in some sort of like Naked Gun movie where he thought that was sexy. I can't even do it to myself, and I know where my hands have been. I'm like, I'm disgusted by myself, just showing you. So the finger squeegee guy, can't go out with that guy. You're looking at your watch like, oh, when do I get to go home? No, okay. There's so many bad dates. It's just awful. I had a guy that he had ordered in an hour and a half, ordered 7 drinks, seven drinks in an hour and a half, and then he looked at me. And I hadn't finished eating yet, and he goes, you gonna come home with me tonight? And I'm like, no! I've known you 87 minutes, and I haven't even done eating yet. And he goes, well, I guess we can split the check. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, oh, clearly you never want to see any of this. That's what I was thinking. Am I right, ladies? Am I right? Oh, my goodness. I told you I don't know how to do the dating thing. I was trying to date somebody inappropriately too young for me. I don't know if you've tried this before. We had to break up because I don't speak emoji. He sent me semicolon -P. I don't know what that means. Are we fighting? Did we break up? What happened? I don't know. It was crazy. And I was just like, I couldn't even spend the night because this shit needs backlighting. Okay? You can't spend the night. That can't be seen in morning light. That's frightening. The most embarrassing part about all this is he is a magician. Yeah, you're quiet now. My friends are like, and you're surprised he disappeared? I know that joke was so bad. I'm so sorry. I owe you all like $1. I apologize. It was just horrible. But really in this grand scheme of things, it's kind of like, you know, used car salesman, lawyer, dark lord of the underworld, magician. Okay, that's where that works. So I don't know how to do it. But in Ethiopia, back to Ethiopia, we are going to go back there. I actually got malaria in Ethiopia. Malaria. Who knew that still existed? Malaria. I got over 70 mosquito bites. 70 mosquito bites. They saw this pasty-ass white girl in Africa, and they're like, oh, my God, it's like sushi. It's so exotic. It's undercooked, and they just moved in. 70. I got gangbanged by Ethiopian mosquitoes. That's what I'm telling you right now. I'm thinking about going back. They miss the scratching. They never write. They never call. It's nice to know something penetrated me this year. That is nice, though. That's nice. I feel like we lost this part of the crowd. They're like, we were funny, but, you know, we like chicken wings more. Are you guys ready for some more show? Are you ready? That was slightly... Did the weed kick in already? Did it get there? Because you seem very mellow for a holiday weekend. Well, it's a holiday to me. Are you guys ready for more? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Coming to the stage right now is one of my favorite people in the whole world. She's been on a ton of TV shows. She's my good friend. She's traveled all over the world doing comedy. Please welcome the very talented and beautiful Charlene Prutier, everybody.
That's just like weird music. Yeah, I'll do it. Do it again. Okay. Thank you for listening to me, sir. Good cue. We have a great relationship. Hello, how is everyone? Hello, Darby O'Gill and the little people. How are you? You got your hat on. I feel like you're from Ireland. I don't know why, but I'm going to go there. No? Where you from? Here? Yeah, L.A. Well, you look like you're from Ireland, so I'm going to put you in Ireland, okay? All right, sir. Thank you very much. What are you drinking? What's your poison? Fuck yeah! I called it! Somewhere in there's a drunk. You're sipping on your whiskey. What are you sipping on there? Oh, you've had a shot. Good for you. But you're so quiet for a shot. We're quiet shot drinkers. Ooh. Oh my God. Oh my God. I knew it. I asked if you guys were here. Forget all you people. I love these people over here. Red hair. I love your hair. Is this like part of a costume or is this your hair? I know it is. I just thought I'd say and make it all uncomfortable. Nice boobies. Thank you for bringing the girls. Hello. How are It's so conversational. Hello. Hi. How are you? What's your name?
My name is Michelle.
Your name is Michelle? Hi, Michelle. What do you do here? Nothing?
What am I doing here?
No, what do you do for a living? Not what do you do here. I would think you do, like you're going to be, you know.
For a living, I am an associate pastor over children, youth, and families.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
And I'm a mom of 3 kids.
And you've been a mom of 3 kids?
Full-time job.
So you talk about Jesus?
I do.
I am from the, listen, I just spent all my time in Georgia. That's all they talk about is Jesus. This is my sister. I go, God damn it. And she's like, this is why your life is like really bad. This is why your career goes nowhere and you're doing nothing and you're living at home. I was like, well, fuck you and fuck Jesus. I'm kidding. I always say that to her. I go, I'll do like the lightning. So I was kidding. Well, that's good. Any advice for this pandemic for us heathens? Anything going on? No? You wanted to say anything? You got a crowd here. You can just go ahead. Anything? Jesus loves us no matter what? Okay. Yeah. All right, there you go.
People do great things.
Oh, I must be really going to be doing a lot of great things this fucking year. I have had a hell of a year. First of all, I'm going to just tell you, because now I don't even care. I don't even care about you people anymore. Oh, I like your earrings. I could barely, like, it's blinded me. That's nice. Are they real? Or are they zirconia? You can tell us. They're fake? They're not fake. They're real. Don't you worry about that. We'll cut class later. We'll talk later. Okay, sorry, I got off on a tangent. I got home from the Georgia. Every single one of my family members got COVID. All 7 of them. I was literally running around because some of them believe in the poison of not getting vaccinated, and that's why they were sick, because they're idiots. But yet I had to take care of them. So then I had a little breast cancer scare, and then my boyfriend broke up with me. So what I'm trying to tell you is, I don't give a shit. I don't really care what happens. I don't care if you laugh. I don't care about anything. I had my boobs poked, I think 455 times. And I mean, you know when they give you like a mammogram and they put it in there? They kept mine in there for 45 minutes. And like they put it in a panini maker and they kept it there. And they took a needle. They took like a box out there. Here's the needle. We're going to put, I'm like, you fucking touch me with that needle. Why would you show somebody that they're going to do? If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. Oh, okay, what's the alternative? I'm going to die, you idiot? Of course I'm going to do it. So then they smash your boobie, and they put the needle in, and they keep smashing it. And I'm like, excuse me, it's not a zit, and you're going to pop it. And please stop that, okay? And then have you ever had a mammogram?
Yes.
I'm looking, okay, ventriloquism, very good. I looked at you, you answered, wonderful. They put your boobs like in a panini and they squeeze it so hard, and they don't even care. And they just sit there and then they crank it down even more, and then it goes over the side. And then you're looking at them and you're like, what kind of test is this for a woman? Like if a man put his junk inside a panini maker, the man would punch, right, Darby O'Gill, they punch him in the face. Get that? You are not putting my junk in that panini. We're like, oh, yeah, okay. This is the test? Okay. What about another one? No? We're not going to invent something else? Okay, sure. Why don't you put my boob in a door and slam it shut? I like that, too. Oh, it's wonderful. Would you like to put my vagina in something and clamp it down? Because you need to find something wrong with me? And they squeeze it, and then they squeeze it, and then like my favorite part is she goes behind the test because they don't want to like take it out there, but I can be out there. Okay, sure. Takes it, and then she goes, okay, don't move. You're like, honey, you got me. You got me. You got me in a vice. You got my tit in a vice, clamped down. I would have fainted 20 minutes ago, but my boob would have ripped off my body. This is it. This is it. You burn this place down. This is how they're going to find me. Oh, look at her. Oh, how sad. She didn't have a chance. They just ran away when the thing burnt down. She's in this vice. Oh, so sad. So what else? Broke up. That was fun, but I don't really care. I don't like him anyway, so good to find out. We broke up, but he still has all my stuff. He's keeping it hostage, not a lie. He's kept everything because we're in a fight. And that's fine because I didn't go back and I don't care. I was like, you can have it. It was all shit I didn't like. But what's funny is this is what I realized. There's never going to be a polite ending. There's never going to be, in any breakup, there's never going to be like a courtesy of a good day to you, madam. A good day to you, fine sir. Well, good luck with your whoring. Well, good luck with your pitching. Well, good luck with your rash. Well, yours will be here soon, you little whore. I think when it's time to start dating, though, I think, like, I'm done. Like, I'm not going to date at all. I don't care. I hear Laura's. She tells me all her stories. She dated a man who was a doctor, but she said he had teeny little hands. And she was like, I can't. You know, because that's what you do. You're so like, we're just like, I can't. He listened to like James Aldean as a music person, and I can't go out with him ever. But I just like, I can't, I don't know, because people always say like, there's other fish in the sea and stuff like that to you. Like, there's other fish in the sea. There's other fish in the sea, you know. There's nothing in the sea after 40. It is a horrible aquarium of fish. It is the catch and release program of fish. Nobody wants this fish where I am fishing. It's fish that you catch it, and you're like, what the hell is it? What kind of nuclear war accident is this? But you're just throwing it back. It's fish that are just floating in the water like, oh, shit, Propecia, alimony. Oh, God. Just floating to the bottom, just lying there with those weird catfish, just looking at you. No, you gotta fish. Oh, I think the only fish that I get, you know, just maybe those old turtles just coming up to you. Hello there. You're gorgeous. I'd like to take you out. I'm 190. I'm blind. I tried to have sex with my girlfriend's Crocs, but I'm sorry I couldn't see her. Could you remove that fork from my eye? Sorry, that's a horrible, tasteless joke about turtles getting plastic spoons stuck in them. This was just for me. You guys don't laugh at all. I don't care. By the way, I do drugs now from purses, so if anybody has anything, apparently I've been taking whatever. That's where my life's gone. No, but then all the guys want the younger fishes anyway. They, you know what I mean? Like they want the ones that are like the marlins, the little friggin' dolphins that are like. Lots of the fish they want. They're like, what's? Oh my God! They're like, I want that fish. Fish are like, come get me. They have to fish with like the bait. All their friends are like massaging them as they're trying to reel these little marlins in. Oh God, this one's fighter. They're like, throw a goddamn jaguar at it. Get it. Me, I'm that fish. I'm that fish that, you know, I gotta work for mine a little bit more. You know, the guys are sitting in the boat, it's all quiet, and all of a sudden from the depths of the ocean, the fish just gets in the boat. That's me. Fishermen are like, what the fuck, where did it come from, Jesus? It's got a tear in its eye. And then the guys get the Marlin home and they're just all showing their friends. Look at the book. Look at our car. Look at her. She's gorgeous. I got her up there. She's mine. Took me a lot of money, a house, everything, but I got her. I'm the one in the basement that has to perform for everybody. I'm just that Billy Bassmouth fish. Take me to the river. Got me in the water. Please. Please call my mother. Thank you, Ginger. You guys have been great. I will say this, and then I'm gonna go. So me and my boyfriend broke up. You know what? He was too nice for me. I'm definitely Boston girl. He was Los Angeles. You know what I mean? Like, he would he would buy me flowers, and he would open the car door for me, and he'd make me breakfast every morning. And I was like, you know what? He's gay. He's fucking gay. This is too much, honey. Put 2 belts around you. Just do something. Fix something. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like, here's a flaw. And then I'm like, I can't. Just stop it right now. But I feel like you get different advice from when you're 20 and when you're 40 about breaking up. When you're young, all your friends are like, what? He didn't text you back? That's bullshit. You're so beautiful. You're done with him. What? No, we're going to go dancing tonight. No more guy if he's not going to respect our princess. Me, I would tell my friends, I'd be like, oh, I think he's cheating. My friends would be like, okay. So? Do you get him every other weekend? You don't have to have that much sex with him. That's wonderful. You could borrow her perfume. He hit me. Well, was it open palm? Did he get you ice? Did he say he was sorry? What I'm trying to say is there's no fish in the sea. All right, you guys enjoy House Parks. My name is Charlene. Thank you guys so much for enjoying my little comedy routine. Thank you. Go ahead, everybody. Yay, pills from a purse.
Go enjoy.
I'll be passed out after the show.
That would be a Prozac, Charlene. Enjoy. That's my life coach, everybody, right there. That is my life coach. She's my good friend, life coach. I tell her about all the horrible dates I've been on. I actually went out with a guy who said he was 50, and showed up and his neck said 70. And you're laughing at that. You've been there before. And there's clearly no love connection whatsoever. None whatsoever. And at the end of it, he's like, so do you consider yourself an actress too, or just a comic? And I said, I'm just a comic. He goes, yeah, you're a little chunky to be an actress. And I was like, yeah, no second date there either. I don't know why. I think it might be me. Come on stage right now, this gentleman, I absolutely adore him. He is fabulous. He is a movie star. He is a TV star. He's not a magician. Oh, he is a magician, but he's not the one I went out with. He is a musician, a podcaster, and fantastic. Please welcome Hal Sparks, everybody.
What is that? That is so. Is that what this was? It was like it's like a COVID condom from the last show, and they just left the fucking thing on. Jesus Christ! What kind of whorehouse are we running here? Shellac the son of a bitch. Hi, how are you? Settle down. Good to see you. Welcome. How are you? Good to see you. It's very exciting. Give it up for Laura and for Charlene. Charlene, I love you. Bitter as an aspirin sandwich. I have never. It's an awkward time in Los Angeles. Halloween is always rough. I think a lot of people have had that awkward moment in their life where they've come up to a woman and said, when's the baby due? And she's like, I'm not, that moment, right? LA is the only place where on Halloween you can compliment someone's mask and it's really just their facelift with shit. And they're like, that's fantastic. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm not even... I thought you were going as a burn victim or something. I look younger, okay? This is so much better. I don't know why the fuck all facelifts look the same. You know what I mean? Like there's lots of doctors, and no matter whose face they're tugging on, it always ends up the same fucking yanked back, big lips, full of stuff or whatever. Just this kind of like. Don't I look younger? Like, it shaves like 25 years off my life. You look like a vampire child someone keeps in a basement. the nice thing about, I guess, women or even men who've had facelifts or whatever is that they make great sexual partners because they have no line. There's nothing you can do to them that they're going to go, oh no, that might hurt. Like you can't really reject anything. You've injected botulism into your fucking forehead, Anyways, you guys all right? You having fun? Do you have a costume picked out for tomorrow at all? I'm going as an anti-masker. I'm saving money. It's great. What a shitty time to sell masks for a living. You know what I mean? How many Halloween pop-up store people have been punched in the face by right-wingers? They're like, hey, you want to buy a mask? You fucking fascist. I'm just saying. I used to love Halloween. I'm a big fan of it overall. As your pagan ritualistic holidays go, it's the least burdensome spiritually. You know what I'm talking about. Dressed sort of vaguely Wiccan. This is good. She's not. She's clearly I'm going as a camp counselor. Fantastic. That's great. How are you? Red is a good choice. And then, of course, you brought the cabbie who brought you inside from the old musical. That's fantastic or whatever. I didn't realize everyone has their own stagecoach driver who brings them to all the shows now. That's fantastic or whatever. I'm kidding. You look like a golf caddy from the 40s. It's an incredible costume. And, of course, I can't wait to see your superhero reveal when you take the jacket off and you just, start glowing. And, of course, these guys, it's Stephen King and his ghostwriter. And I don't mean somebody who writes for Stephen King. He's actually just a dead person. And, and you tour in the Witness Relocation Program. We'll leave you alone, and that's fantastic. Cheesecake, really? Jesus Christ. Can we stop with the fucking cheesecake? Can we just finally admit no one likes cheesecake? Nobody fucking likes cheesecake. No one. Everybody thinks they do. Everybody thinks they love cheesecake. Till 2 bites in, you're like, what the fuck am I doing to myself? This is fucking... I don't need just a spoonful of peanut butter with an aspirin in it. And who fucks with their digestive system that way? You send a chunk of cheese down, and your body's like, all right, we know how to deal with cheese. We've been doing cheese since we were kids. Macaroni and cheese. Cheese is ready. Guys, I got a word from the tongue. The cheese is on the way down. And then you slather it with raspberry syrup, and they're like, what the fuck is this? How to just push it to the outside. Give her a belly. She'll regret it. That's the... I have my kid's 10, and he was prime fucking trick-or-treat age. Right as the shit hit the fan. You know what I mean? 9 is the goddamn number. That's what it was last year in the middle of COVID, and you can't go fucking trick-or-treating or whatever. And I was so glad. I was so happy that he got to experience a genuinely frightening Halloween. Not this cartoon Halloween bullshit where you go door to door and, can I have some candy? No, you may die. That's what Halloween's about. Death and fear and monsters and stuff. I mean, honestly, welcome to the Halloween that made you fear your doorbell again. That's never happened before. When when you had Halloweens before, ding dong, lovely, children are gonna be here. Let's give them some candy. Now you're like, ding dong, did you get a package? Is there supposed to be a package? I'm not going anywhere near the fuck. Who ordered DoorDash? I'm not going anywhere near fucking. Shellac me, cover me in linoleum. I'm not going out there. I don't really have a costume this year or whatever, so I keep trying to... You ever get rushed into one where you're like, fuck, we gotta have a costume really quick or whatever? And you're like, what am I gonna do? I don't know. I'll just pretend I'm Dr. Paul the veterinarian and I got my hand up a horse's ass. That's what I am for the rest of the night. That's what this will be. Just gonna go around and just I got a breached calf. Just don't ask me. I'll just go, I think this animal is full of a pus. He's probably got a pus in here. The calf not gonna live. And that kind of thing. It's a great instant costume. You know what I mean? Or whatever, What are you? I'm a guy with 4 dicks. What do you want? Honest to God, I'm a human with udders. Look, you. I didn't want to go out at all, and you're making me do this shit. I'm not going anywhere, or whatever. Actually, in many ways, this is the perfect costume because you can, a little bit of tinfoil, and you're a 1950s robot. You can't go wrong with that, Or Michael Keaton as Batman. You know, they're like, I can't turn my fucking neck at all. Whatever, I can only fight crime if the crime is right in front of me. If it's even to the left, I can't see shit. Who's kicking me in the ribs? I can't see. Where'd he go? He went over there, son of a bitch. Come out here, you joker, you son of a bitch. I named him that way. This is fun. We're going to the Halloween party. You have to go with us. Just take a picture of me on the couch. Why? I'm going as the cat. Just gonna lay here all night and leave fur on the fucking couch or whatever. Yeah. It's fantastic. Do you guys have a costume for tomorrow? Do you have any plan? You're eating. I'll ask her until you're done chewing. She's done eating it all. She's just angry at her food. That's all we're seeing. She eats. I just stare at it and hope it goes away. We know what your costume is. I don't need to tell you. That's first season of Sherlock. He's the serial killer in the first episode. It's a little meta, but I appreciate it or whatever. Do you have a costume? A cat. That's fantastic. That's my, in any particular form or just kind of the, like, slut cat, where you're just like, I'll wear a sexy outfit with ears. Or are you going as a, like, cat lady? I'm cat lady, like in her kind of outfit. Or a crazy cat lady. Which isn't important. You know what? I have to say, crazy cat lady is actually a curious distinction. You know what I mean? Because you can't just call somebody a cat lady, because that sounds like they're genetically half cat, right? You have to add crazy to it so we fill in the blanks. And I have to say, a lot of people think they're crazy cat ladies. You don't fucking qualify. You can't, like, I have 3 cats. I'm like totally a crazy cat lady. You're not. You can't even have like 9. You have to have like 35. You have to have, you don't have a couch in your house. You have to sit on a pile of dead cats. And and your remote sits in an indention in a dead cat on the coffee table. You have to have a fridge full of cats. And you have to make a pillow out of a cat. And everybody comes over and they have to push cats out of the way just to find you after you've died. That's a crazy cat lady, They never say crazy dog lady, though, you know what I mean? And that's way easier. Crazy cat lady, you need a bunch of dead cats, and the whole place has to smell like cat piss and all that kind of stuff. But a crazy dog lady, all you need is one of those stupid purse dogs. You know what I'm talking about? Those fucking crazy people. Like, I want a dog. You know what I mean? I really want a dog. I've always wanted a dog. I don't really want a dog. But I don't live in an apartment. I don't have a house. I don't want to take him walking. So I need like a big sized dog. Can't like a Labrador or something like that. I never have a pit bull because it would totally like shake my other little dog. So can you take 2 normal sized dogs and like fuck them until they're teeny tiny? You can make like a little pocket dog that I can carry around in my purse at all times. It's like, it's really sweet looking, but has big buggy eyes, and it's like the lovely thing. And it loves me, and it can't do it without me for a second. And it shivers all the time, like it's cold, even though it's just nervous or whatever, because its nervous system is bigger than its actual fucking body. And it's a lovely dog. It's a fun dog, and I bring him everywhere. And he's fine. He's totally fine. He loves kids and people unless anyone gets anywhere near him, and he goes, he's usually not like this. All those, that's always a crazy dog lady. That's a fucking crazy dog lady. A crazy dog man, it's a lot more work. He can't just carry around a dog. He's got to have a long country road that he stands at the end of it with a pen of dogs that are gnawing on something questionable, probably the remains of someone, a victim. He's missing one eye, you know what I mean? Leans on a shotgun like it's a fucking cane. If you need to find somebody, my dogs are good for that. Just bring a rag that smells like them. I'm just looking for like, I have my other little dog, like, he gnawed him, he's good. Crazy cat ladies. I've always, like, we have 5 cats. I have 5 cats, and which is equal to 1 dog in the math of pets. But I envy people who have like ferrets and shit like that, like alternate pets, Even though a ferret looks like one of those pocket dogs that got stuck in the toilet and you were pulling its legs and it got all stretched out and you're like, oh, look, a rat, it's like a Stretch Armstrong fucked a rat and you're just, like, why don't you just get a mouse? It's not long enough for my purposes. So you're going as a cat, whatever. You're going as Scream? Oh, yes. Edward Monk's painting, I assume. That's That's where never mind. So you're just going to be screaming all night, just going to walk around, which is genuinely frightening. I appreciate that. That's good. Do you have a costume? Leopard. A leopard. Oh, I would have said cougar, but I hear you. You guys, do you have a costume planned out? No? No. Just incognito. Just going to sleep through the whole thing. Like every other holiday for the last 19 months. Let's just pretend it all ended. I've had, honest to God, it's fun to sort of be out, but you can tell everybody's like learning how to be in public again. Nobody knows how to meet people anymore. Everybody's like, are you a fist bumper? Are you an elbow? Do I shake your hand? Do I run? What do we do? Do I like just hide from each other? Are you one of the good ones? Can I show you my lower fat? My biggest fear is all the fetishes that are going to come from the pandemic. Because what's sexy is the thing you can't see, right? The things you've been denied. Look at the, guys in the 40s and stuff. They'd see like the Sears catalog, and they're like, "Oh my God, a bra! Oh my God, bras are so sexy. I love lingerie because the bra, and she can see her panties, and she got the garters and the whole thing." And now we can see all that stuff, and it's not very sexy anymore. But now this has been hidden the whole time, so I'm concerned. I'm just worried about all the nose divot porn that's going to happen. That little groove in your upper lip. What's that thing called again, Laura? The Filtrum, perfect. Yes, the Filtrum. That's going to be in my Pornhub search list before the end of the night. The Filtrum. All these guys have been like, "Have you seen her Filtrum, man? It's fucking great. She's got the sexiest Filtrum, and I just want to lay my finger right there." Like this is, Because some people will wear their mask and it drifts down a little bit. So like, you fucking tease. Some people straight up just tip of the nose. I just wish I could see the tip of her nose. God damn, she's got the hottest fucking nose. Knob. What's the bulb? Whatever the end of your nose is. She's got one of those Aquilin squeezy noses, or she's got one of those little pinchy Diana Ross noses, I bet, under there. I bet she's like fantastic. She probably shaves. Welcome, glad you could join us. It's fantastic. This is, I have to say, I'm very proud of you guys for even getting out. You're right, just going out in public again. I know this is, and don't pat yourself on the back too much. It's 10 o'clock at a comedy club and everyone else is afraid to go. You're just like, you picked a spot where you can socially distance. None of you are dancing tonight, so don't fucking call you, "We don't need another hero." You'll get it. But I do appreciate you guys doing it. I do. I appreciate you kind of trying. It does feel a little bit like we're the remnants of society, though. You know what I mean? Not like these. We're the only ones who survived the zombie apocalypse, and we're just pretending that everything's fine. We know there's dead outside crawling and like trying to break in through the windows, but we're in here like, let's just act like life's normal. Let's just act like it. Let's just do a show. It's gonna be so good. Let's have a normal Halloween again. And I'm actually looking forward to the holidays in a way that I haven't in a long time. You know what I mean? Are you guys gonna go see family this time around? I mean, not that. No, everyone here is estranged. That's great. How very LA. Family? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm here because I'm avoiding a murder charge. We've killed them all. There's no better place to hide than a comedy club. No one would suspect a murderer would go to a comedy club. No, but Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, there's a nice ride. There used to be a nice ride into the fall. You know what I mean? Once you cut your second wind around Halloween, it was just you grooved into holidays for the rest of the year. Not this spring bullshit where everybody's supposed to just be happy because the sun's up. We work for a living when it's a fall holiday. You know what I mean? Carving birds right in front of the family, which is really a warning if you think about it. You know what I mean? Dad's gonna cut the turkey. Enough of your shit this year, honestly, kids. See this leg? See how easy that was? You're not much bigger. There's supposed to be a shortage of turkeys this year. Yeah. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, there's a shortage of turkeys." Dear God, however shall we be bored to sleep in front of a football game if there's no turkey? I have no excuse not to listen to my relatives. That's like I'd love to. No, yeah, keep on going. What was it again? Yeah, QAnon, something like that. I don't know. God damn it! It was the leg that got me. It's the dark meat. Anyways, the dark meat's part of the conspiracy. That's how you know. Whatever. Can you move? I can't see the score. It's weird because. I should have probably addressed the hair as soon as I came up here, because I think so. No, I don't have a problem with it, not in a negative way, you know what I mean? It's just like, I started growing it when I had short hair right at the beginning of the pandemic, like nearly a buzz cut, and then after a while I was like, fuck it, I'm not going out, who cares? What if I nick myself, can't go to the hospital, right? So I just let it go. And then it got a personality. Now my hair's got its own, like, zip code. It's fantastic. And I'm not gonna stop. I'm going to keep it going. I insist that this has got to become, it's a project now, and especially because the world might end. We may see the end of the world. I mean, I think we're going to get out. I think we'll be fine. I think by February everything's going to be fine. But if it doesn't, I'm dressed for the end of the world. I look the part. I can live in Bartertown, and I can roam the earth with an Australian accent. And find gasoline for people wearing hockey masks with their tits out. I'm very frightened by those. And I think it's because they look like balls that have been a panini maker. I have to say, you were saying, do they do that to men? Do men have a test like that or whatever? They use actually a waffle iron. I didn't know if you know that, Charlene. They use a waffle iron, which is good because it gives you grooves for the syrup. The big fear that men have, the big fear that men have, right, is women, get their tits squashed so that the high-tech device can look through your breast and see if it's got something not breast in it. Men are supposed to fear the proctological exam. This is the big concern, that once you hit a certain age, you have to go someplace and have someone stick their finger in your backside that you didn't pay an extra $20 to, and pretend you don't like it. You know what I worry about is like there's so much anxiety about certain medical procedures that I don't have any of them. I'm not afraid of needles. I chew aspirin. I don't give a shit. It's supposed to do its job. Who gives a shit? It's not supposed to be pleasant. I think the world started to take a shit once, like, cough medicine started to taste like cherry. That's when things started to go to hell. Once they started putting the dip on the chip in the bag. Are you out of your fucking mind? It's nacho cheese. Get some cheese. Carry the How fucking weak are you? What is wrong with you? I can't. It's too much. I got a Dorito, and it's plain, and the cheese is it's so much work. I can barely get it into my mouth. I can't. Can someone please take this dip and dehydrate it and turn it into a dust-like form and perhaps load it into a container on a helicopter and then have them fly over a field of chips, evenly distributing the dip upon it in a way that it requires less activity to get it into my face. It's beautiful. I don't like this medicine. It tastes bad. Yeah, you know why? Because if you take too much of it, you'll fucking die. It should taste like shit. There's a thing. Alcohol. Fuck you. In your little dancy drinks. Look at this nonsense. You're like, it's like a bell that makes me happy. I ring it and it's full of liquor. Liquor should taste like shit. Should do its job, get you high, but discourage you from just going nuts with it. The problem is like, it's blueberry. I love it. Where are my pants? Does nobody want to be? I don't even drink. I don't give a shit. I don't drink. I've never had an alcoholic drink in my life. Never done any drugs. No interest. I've seen other people. That's enough. I've watched you guys. I've been the designated driver my whole fucking life, all during high school, everything like that. Driven a lot of people home safely. I've held a lot of hair. But the amazing thing about, I will say that drunks are the funniest human pukers. There's a lot of reasons to throw up, that are hilarious. You know, like your friend gets a stomach flu and he's on the couch and he's barfing and like a bucket right next to it, you know, and you move the bucket and put his shoes there. It's good for one laugh. But in general, you know, if you're just throwing up, you know, like that, but drunks, it's like a prank that you play on your friends all night as you fuckers start drinking, because you start like. It's kind of like normal. Like, yeah, I always have a beer when I go out. And it's so normal that I'm like, oh, well, this will be fine. Then I guess this is what you do or whatever. But 45 minutes, you guys all start getting wobble knee. It's like DEFCON 3, you know, like and just this, your knee just starts to go. Everybody gets wobble knee sometime. You ever get wobble knee just walking? You're like, you know what I mean? Where you're just walking for random noise and your knee goes blur, blur, and you're like, what the fuck? Why? Get with the game. You're like, I thought we were going this way. No, we're not going this way. We're going this way. Everybody's on the same team here. Blur, blur, blur. But drunks get it, and it's like a fucking channel you guys get into. You got the world's worst spy at that point. Nobody knows. I am drunk. 45 minutes after that, you guys get full on. Woo! Yeah! Woo! This is the fun part of the whole drinking. Wobbling knee and screaming. Woo! 45 minutes after that, this one sneaks up on you. Woo! Yeah! Oh. That one. Okay. And I wish you just fucking throw up. Just do it. All your friends are in a semicircle around you anyways. We're all like, okay. Yeah, done? Is this happening? Is this happening? I'm fine. And it gets so normal we forget about it. Like that's just Gary now for fucking ever. Gary's just, woo! Nickelback! Ah! You're like, that's him. That's just him forever. And then the minute you forget about it, the minute you're like, that's just how he is or whatever. Oh, there's our Uber. Yeah, hey, we're over here. Blah, motherfucker, you know. And then once they start throwing up, it's on like Donkey Kong. And these like, it's the most amazing physical, when somebody throws up and they get that whole their butt just look, it's like ejecting. It's like it's jumping out of their insides. And like the contractions in the, I mean, you've never done abs like that in your life. You know, just that whole, the only time I've ever seen anything even close is when a dog is humping something. You ever seen a dog where there's just this lose their fucking mind? You know, like that. Never been that happy in my life. And humans are drunks are the funniest human pukers. Cats are the funniest animal pukers. Yeah. I mean, a lot of animals throw up, like dogs will throw up, they'll go, cock, and that's it. You know what I mean? But a cat, it's a fucking production. My girlfriend's cat, Charlie, he talks before he throws up. Anybody have a talking cat? You ever have a cat that, he makes this vaguely human noise before he's gonna throw up, you know? And I'm gonna recreate that sound for you right now. But I'm not exaggerating it for comic purposes. I'm not adding or embellishing anything to make this is genuinely as best I can recreate it, not being a cat and being a primate with lips. This is the closest I can actually make. This is what the actual sound is. This is the sound Charlie makes every time he throws up. Every fucking time. This is the sound. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't even know how he does it. He sounds like a comedian from the 40s. Like you kids, get out of here. Get off my lawn. I don't know how. He doesn't have any fucking lips. It makes no sense. And that sound is so fucking distinct, I can hear it anywhere in the house. Like I could be in the basement playing drums to a Slayer record, and I hear, and the whole world goes into slow motion. I'm like, no. Get him off the bed. knock him into the bathroom where you can barf on the linoleum, little fucker. Everywhere he starts to barf, he's like in the kitchen, he starts waddling towards the carpet. I'm like, get the fuck back in there. Why do you have to barf on something porous every time? And then when they throw up, it's not, you know, like any other animal, you just throw up and there it is. A cat's like a fucking magician. There's this whole like production, like, ta-da! You know, it's like the vomit stays still in space-time and the cat moves. Try and recreate that with your costume. It's been good. Like, I didn't even ask them. Did you guys have a costume? You going?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this. It's like a fucking gunslinger. Yeah. You don't want to know. You're not ready for it. You think you are. Everybody does. I'm going as the twins from The Shining and the elevator full of blood. It's a very elaborate outfit. But I'm, of course, because I'm a woman, doing the slutty version. I'm doing the slutty version of the murdered twins and the blood elevator. No, what's the...
It's my mama. She's in town from St. Louis.
Too much backstory. I don't need to know. You're not going to be able to tell this to people. The costume's going to have to shock them right out of the gate. You know, like I don't understand your costume. Okay, my mom is in town. She's from St. Louis. And you know the arch there? Okay, it vaguely represents... So I'm Grimace... because it's kind of a half a McDonald's thing, but I'm only Grimace from the waist up, and that's why I'm not wearing pants. Also, I'm drunk. Just like my mom, because she's from St. Louis, and she's an alcoholic. And she grew up in a family of mainly Irish immigrants or whatever, and a lot of them, her father used to chew tobacco when he was young, and he would spit in his spittoon. So that's why she's got one on her foot, and the whole party, she's going to walk in a circle because, you know, she's from out of town. Sorry. No, I don't know about your husband. That's not going to help either. So my husband left years ago. That's what my costume is. What are you going as? A lonely person. I'm going as a one-person broken hearts club. I'm going as a swipe left. So your mom's from out of town, and your husband left town, and what happened? Sorry.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, you guys are going as rock, paper, scissors. That's fantastic. So one of you just has to walk around arms wide the entire time. The other person's just balled up like this, and the other person has to, like... I don't know, it's beginning to sound like porn. I'm just saying this is not appropriate at all when your mother's a part of that. That's just ridiculous. You know, you can't find somebody else to be scissors? For God's sake. At least let her be rock. Have some decency or whatever so she can just be... Because she's going to be balled up in the corner at the end of the night anyways going, Jesus Christ, who raised this girl? Rock, paper, scissors. People don't go out in public like that. I had a wonderful idea. We would do the twins from The Shining, and then she's like, but slutty twins. And I'm like, oh, dear. So your husband's going as rock. Boing! No, I'm kidding. Yes. Well, your camera's open, so there's this weird kind of... Look at this angle. That's amazing. Well, yeah, that's an angle I rarely get to see, and interestingly enough, it's as impressive as I thought it would be. You know what I mean? I'm beginning to think those girls were luckier than I even thought they were. Initially, I was like, good for you. But now, my goodness. What do you want to do tonight, baby? You want to be rock or paper or scissors? What we do is, it's a sex game we take. We do human rock, paper, scissors. We jump 3 times. And she goes, I'm paper. And then she just wraps her up around me, and it's wonderful. You know, whatever. And if my girlfriend comes over, we sometimes, usually, like, we go, we're both scissors. It's like, oh, good. This is so, I learned this in a magazine. Rock, paper, scissors. Fuck. What's going to be written on the piece of paper so people know it's paper? Not like a last will and testament or something. I don't understand. Is this something are you all characters like from the musical version of that weird Sharon Stone movie she made after Basic Instinct that never went anywhere? We're going as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but just as Johnson, and some guy named Poppy. And Billy Baldwin, because he was in Scissors or whatever the fuck that movie was. That's so stupid. You guys are just dressed in black like 4 floating heads. It's honestly like ABBA's trying to recreate Queen's album covers. I'm only saying that because he's got a Mook shirt on, so we know he's good people. He's vouched for. I don't know the rest of you. Jury's out. What are you guys going as? We're going as like ABBA, but not the real ABBA, like an ABBA cover band. It's a long story. My mom's in from out of town, and my husband left a long time ago, or whatever. And why? He lost a game of rock, paper, scissors. It was all it took. That and the bad sex and angry arguments and my alcoholism and, of course, the violent attacks that I did that he was ultimately blamed for, because when the police show up, it's always his fault. It was wonderful or whatever. But he kept eating the cookies. He got a little drowsy, and his car went off a cliff. We haven't found it yet. Anyways. Only person at a Halloween party that comes with an explanation sheet. I'm not allowed to talk. I'm in character. So you read this, and I'll tell you who I am. Do you guys have a costume? Is there a costume situation? Yes. What is it? 80s. 80s? Just old. A bunch of old people in there. You're just gonna go as a bunch of old people, like. I don't know. I don't want to be in a home. I'm fine. That kind of 80s. I'm going, yeah. It's an 80s themed party. Everybody there is wearing a diaper, and they're brought to the party by their adult children who don't want to deal with their shit anymore. It's a real themed party. It's 80s. The 90s one, half the people were dead. It was weird. They just kind of, just statistically. Now, what kind of 80s? Because obviously, I'm partial to a particular element of the 80s. But just like, are we talking about, you know, that kind of 80s, kind of talking away, I don't know what to say, like that kind of thing, or, you know, huh? Very neon, very, okay. Those are the clothes that cocaine made. I don't know if you're aware, but each decade that we have lived through, a different drug was picking fashion. And I as someone who doesn't do drugs, I've always believed that drugs are actually aliens from another planet that have just found a way to, you know, to attack the Earth and get into it. Like, we would assume they would come in ships and talk to us or have their own language. No, sometimes they come in powder form. Sometimes the aliens come in the form of smoke. And if you ingest these things, you start acting like if you smoke weed. I think what happens is you're ingesting this alien essence, and then somewhere in Alpha Centauri, there's a whole bunch of aliens that have dreadlocks and play steel drums. You know what I mean? And go, my back is much better. But the 80s, I mean, that's cocaine. If you just go, let's just let cocaine spin the dial tonight. Let's just, what we're gonna wear, you know, just let cocaine do it for us. I got a great idea. Shoulder pads. Everybody gets shoulder pads. Shoulder pads. And I think your glasses should have points on the end of them just in case. And then fuck with you or whatever, because crime's up and wha-ha! You know, and fantastic or whatever. And bright colors. No one gets run over at this point. Ha! Yes. Too many people were hit by cars in the 70s because they were walking very slowly. They were on ludes and pot. And we're not going to let that happen. Not anymore. Sharp angles, big things, tight pants, and keyboards with a guitar and a strap. I mean, you realize how much fucking cocaine you have to do to finish a song like 2 tickets to paradise. Like, everybody has a dumb idea. You know what I mean? But those kind of ideas die on the vine very early. You know what I mean? But you know, like, how much like writing and rewriting and the lyrics and working on, like, well, I think we need a bridge. This song definitely needs a bridge at this point, you know. And then they bring in other musicians. I don't know. I think a sax solo would be kind of cool or whatever. They go through multiple iterations, finally finish it and release it. People are like, Jesus Christ, how much fucking cocaine were you doing? I've got 2 tickets to paradise. Won't you pack your bags? We'll leave tonight. This is amazing. No one in the 70s would have done that. They were drinking brandy, taking ludes, and smoking weed all the time. That's why they're like, someone left the cake out in the rain. I don't think that I can take it, 'cause it took so long to break it, and I'll never try that recipe again. Oh no! Right. That's just like, yeah. And the 2000s, that's all prescription meds. You can tell, ooh, wah, boom, 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 somebody's been in the medicine cabinet again. Can't do Ritalin and cough syrup at the same time. This is why I don't do drugs. I don't need it. Fucking weird enough. You guys who want to try weird for a couple hours, hey, like this, like snort this, it makes you weird for a little while. What do you mean a little while? Like 3 hours. You'll be back in your cubicle before you know it. I'm concerned that I'm so fucking weird that if I ever did drugs, the effect would make me normal. Like, I would take acid and go, I feel like doing reports. It's amazing. The world looks like one giant cubicle. It's amazing. It's like the universe is a whiteboard. I feel like organizing a project. Yeah, I don't know where we go from here on some stuff. Like, some stuff has gone so far. Like, I think we have retro movements in music simply because if you go any further, it's just murder. You know what I mean? Like, at a certain, like, the music is getting so fucking intense right now. Like, there are bands that, like, our next album is just the sound of us shooting people to, like, just. My God, so fucking intense, bruh. This new album. Have you heard the new album? It's fucking great, man. Like, yeah. What's that song? Wood Chipper? Yeah, I love Wood Chipper. Wood Chipper's my favorite song. Such a good album. Whatever. Love Wood Chipper. It's all filler, no killer. Or no, I got that backwards. Yeah, finish that up. You don't want to leave any of that behind. It's good. Just eat it before your husband gets here. He's never coming. That is the loneliest fucking seed in the world right now. Whatever happened to rock? Or was it some paper or scissors? It's going to be terrible. It's just wrong. And, of course, your date didn't show up either. Whatever. That's officially the most Halloween thing that's happened all weekend. Whatever. She just dusted him off. And you know what's interesting? Women can admit to that. You know what I mean? There's just a generalized idea that women can talk about and joke about killing someone. Oh yeah, if I could kill that dude, I could kill him. Everybody's like, ha 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 ha. But if a dude like, yeah, I'd fucking kill that dude, you're like, I'm calling a police officer right now. He just even mentioned the word kill. I think he can do it. He's probably planning it right now. But she's a woman. Women don't kill anyone. Ever. Well, not anyone they can't, drive into a lake in a station wagon while they're in a child seat. But that was too much. I could sense it. That was good. There was like a. I like The Late Show, personally. Thank you. Simply because you're not going to remember this. None of you are going to remember this show. None of it. Even if you won't. You think you're going to. It's like a dream. Yeah, it's like a dream. Oh my God, it's the most fucking intense dream I've ever had. Or whatever. You wake up and you're like, what the fuck was that about? What was that? What happened? What? there was a cat involved, I think. There was a cat. Was that a cat? Like, I was playing rock, paper, scissors with somebody and they vanished. And then a cat attacked me. And then 2 people came over and then this lady choked to death on a piece of cheesecake. And I was giving her the Heimlich maneuver. And this old cabbie came up and said I was late to get wherever I was going. And I didn't know what I was doing. And then it was weird. And then suddenly I got in the cab and we were in the 80s. It was amazing. And it was incredible. And there was a guy playing a moog, like an old organ or whatever and stuff. And then you got close enough, you realized it was actually his organ. It was gross. And then I woke up, but I can't remember the rest of it. I wrote it down. It's what? Oh, I am Karen LeCaren. Thank you very much. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you. They have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Yes. This has been a year of sort of the great Karening. In a lot of ways. And I'm glad, I really am, that women are being called out for when they're shitty in public. You know what I mean? Because we kind of let it slide for a long time. It was either, well, she's a little, you know what I mean? Men you get locked up. Men says the same thing going straight to jail, but a woman says it and she just skated away. And now, thanks to social media, we're able to torment women and end their careers. And I think it's very important. I think it's good that we drive women insane, slowly using Instagram and other devices that don't really affect men the same way. It's a wonderful technique, and it's fantastic. Why do you have one of those pop holders on your phone? Like, what are you in middle school? It's incredible. Is it? It keeps me, like when I'm really hammered, from dropping my phone. It teaches me, technique. Fellas. This is good. We're just. Now you're finally kicking into it now. The show's almost over, and she's like, "All right, I'll eat the fucking berries." We're just having a hangout. This is good. I need to know what's your name? Carl. He said Carl like I should know. Carl. You don't recognize me? I'm the guy in your bushes. You know when you hear Carl whispering in the wind? That's me. What did you do, Carl? Yes, right. Before you do what you do when you do how you do it. Can I introduce you to someone? I think we have a love connection. Right here. Black Widow, Carl, Black Widow. You'll only last about 6 months, but they'll be good ones. I promise. You got away with it. No one gets away with it, Carl. It always comes back to haunt you. It's so strange. Because I think pandemic's over. I gotta be saying. I think it's done. I think we got about 4 more months of dicking around with it and other shit or whatever, but then we're moving into the area where it's just kind of gonna be done. And a lot of us, I don't know if people will go one of two directions. This is my theory. They will either go the direction of forgetting it ever happened and pretending, like a 50s housewife after World War II. Like, I don't know what happened. Just everyone's happy. We all got a new toaster, and we don't remember World War II, and we don't bring it up around your father. Right? That's the one direction. And the other one is we get to, you guys, congratulations. You actually have something on your grandparents. You didn't remember, for the longest fucking time, they were like, you don't know what trouble is. You've been through a fucking pandemic. Like, you actually have something on them. Because up till now, what did you have? Like, when I was a kid, the video games had one stick and a single button. You don't know what problems are. We were trying to, it was like, you get caught masturbating and you're like, I was just on the Atari. Like, but now you've got something. And hopefully there won't be another one, so it'll work for a long time. You can tell the kids, like, when I was 30, we had to wear cloth on our face for 18 months. It was hell. But we got through it. We collected aluminum.
We ordered our meals had to be brought by strangers in cars and left on the stoop. We never saw them. They came like elves. They came. They left the food. Sometimes they'd ring the bell. Sometimes they wouldn't. Sometimes you'd be watching television and the food had been sitting there for 12, 15 minutes, and when you got it, it was tepid. But you appreciated it. We went on like this. In the beginning, none of us knew how to do a mask. By the end, we all had masks that matched our outfits. We had total green outfit, green mask. You had something with your favorite band on it. If it was sports day, football, you'd have the team. You'd rotate them around. But, you know, in the beginning, we didn't have anything. We were duct taping tampons to our faces. We didn't know. We wore diapers and looked through the leg holes. Anything to save our lives.
I think actually that there's a reason why people are fucking out of their minds right now. And it might have something to do with an entire generation of people, this group that's largely in front of us today, that grew up during the Cold War being told by their teachers that if they hid under their desk, it would protect them from nuclear weapons. And those people came into their sexual prime during AIDS, and then went through the biggest crime wave in the country in the 90s, and then 9/11, and then the 2008 crash, and then this. You guys have an excuse for being jittery. I'm just saying. I'm letting you off the hook at this point. I don't think anybody's Karening anymore. I think they're the canary in the they're the Karen in the coal mine. They're letting us all know that we're all just this close to losing it. So you got to hold it together. You ever get a twitch in your face? You ever get like a little bit going on or whatever, or a cough, something, or or tuberculosis, and I got a little bit of a little white plague. I'm fine. You ever get a little twitch? At one point I obviously didn't have enough B vitamins. We know this now, but I had a little twitch in my eye for a couple of weeks a long time ago, and I hated it. Bugged me. It would come up every so often. And then I realized I was looking at it all wrong, because this was the only part of my body that wasn't lying. I was meeting people all the time. Nice to meet you. How are you? But this part of my body was going, that fucker. I can't stand that bitch. She is here every goddamn day. Get the fuck out of here, dude. You do not need to be dating this awful monster or whatever. But the rest of my body was like, but the sex is good, and it's really a lot of complicated. It's hard to get out of a relationship, get back. And it's like, get the fuck out and run for your life. So maybe Karen is the twitching eye of society right now. You know what I mean? Reminding us all that there's some crazy shit going on. You don't have to be happy with it. You guys do, because you've gotten away with murder twice. Huh? What is Karen? Karen is kind of a trend about a particular type of woman, often with an angular haircut, sometimes offset, like I got a bob cut, but a little longer on one side because I don't want to look too severe. And a lot of forehead, and usually getting angry or flipping out in a store, kicking over largely mask displays, screaming racial epithets at children in cars. And it was such a trend that they got nicknamed Karen in that process. And I'm glad that after a year of being asleep during COVID, you can wake up and we can just fill you in on all the memes that don't matter because they're over now. Like, that's the interesting thing. It's like none of this is applicable to the rest of your life. None of it. Nothing that happened in COVID is going to extrapolate anywhere. It's fucking useless. Is it literally a year that I just pretend the year didn't happen. 2020 did not exist. I'm pretending, just excise it out of the center and just fold it together like a Mad Magazine article. You know what I mean? Just like just pretend that shit never existed. I feel like I owe you something fun to leave on, though. Get too philosophical this late at night. You're going to be up all evening. I mean, you are. Because the stench from the crawl space is gonna... What? Oh, yes. I did find out something about myself, as we all did, during COVID. I'll leave you with this. I did find out something about myself during COVID, because you had a lot of free time, right?
And you cleaned up your garage. You arranged your closet. You did all the things on your to-do list. You're like, well, we're stuck here. We might as well. You didn't do any of it. It's okay. I got 23andMe done. Yeah, I did that. And I found out that I'm Scottish. I found out that I've got 23% Scottish in me. And I didn't know that for the longest time. And I believe personally, if anybody ever done like 23andMe or Ancestry and that, did you get a surprise out of it? Yes. What was the surprise? That you're half rock. What? I'm granite. That's true. My grandmother was granite, and my father was mud. It's amazing. You didn't think they'd get along, but they totally did. You know, they made a splash. Anyways, what?
I'm like half Scottish, half Irish.
All right, that's good. That's a good mix. Yeah, well, that's a rapey bunch anyways. You know, it's like the Irish and the English just took turns fucking raping each other. I've got 53% English and Irish mixed in there, but mixed in there was the Scottish, about 23%. It's fantastic. And I was so glad to find out I was Scottish. And it turns out my middle name is McGee. And for the longest time, I thought that was the Irish name because it sounds like it's an Irish name. But turns out, as my relatives were coming through Ellis Island, it was just a mispronunciation of McHugh, with a huge Scottish accent. Mickey! And they were just like, M-A-G-E, fuck it. And so, we became McGee's because McGee was just like, I'm fucking saying McGee! McGee! What'd you write on the paper right there? I wrote what you said. No, you didn't. It's fucking McGee! M-I-C-G-O-U. I'll just get the fuck in there, you know. And so, the great thing about that, though, is finding out that you're Scottish, is that there is a very strong chance that at some point, in the history of my family, if you go far enough back, looking, there's a guy on a horse riding around in front of a bunch of other guys, you know, going, man, today we fight for our land. And though we may die, well, you will, I'll make it, but that's it, you know. We will save our families. We will save our freedom, and we will finally have real horses. So I will. That is far too much fun to do, by the way. That is. Sometimes I'll do it at Starbucks when I'm just bored in line, you know. Yeah, can I have a caramel latte upside down ad shot, you know, and oats, you know. Thank you guys so much. Take care of yourselves and take care of somebody else. We'll see you again. Yes, Spicoli, right on. Excellent. Laura, come on up. Thanks for hanging. I know. That's not what I was doing. That's a wholly different thing. That's a ponytail pull if I've ever seen one. I just want to do this everywhere I go. Like, it's not what I was.
Well, I didn't want to go full lean, you know.
Well, you can't. You can't in those pants or whatever. Like, you know. Yeah, those are like, if you're leftovers, that's fantastic.
I'll get the rhythm down.
All right. If I had a nickel.
I'll practice. One more time, Housekeeping Sparks, everybody. Hal McGee Sparks. Oh, I gotta work on my fake horse. I needed coconut shells. That's why I can't do it. Oh my goodness. Did you guys fill out the piece of paper like I told you to? I got prizes up here. I got prizes for you. I got prizes. Look at their valuable prizes. Who killed their husband? That was you? Okay. One of you killed your husband? Good for you. It wasn't? Daddy's in the freezer? That's not the situation you got going on? Okay. They're like, oh, she told us to fill it out, but we didn't do it right away. We thought there'd be more time. You didn't tell us it was a time test. I teach at a local university, if you can believe that. I teach at Cal State Dominguez from time to time. Yeah, where the intellectual geniuses of the future are not attending. At least not in my class. I had a paper turned in with knee, spelled N-E-E. Yes, thank you for being shocked. Some of you are going like, that makes sense to me. I don't know what you... Yeah, I'm like, let's be afraid. This is a high-level anatomy course, and they turned in, it should have been patella. Let's start with that, okay? Should have been, but no, knee, N-E-E. I just thought maybe they were Monty Python fans. The nights that say knee. Everybody turn in the paper that's going to? Anybody need another moment of time? I don't know if you noticed, but I'm on stage. I can't reach that far, sir. Your legs work still, I think. Anybody else over here? They're like, You're like I said, someone's gonna have to be the chalk monitor and get up here. Okay, sorry. Okay, anybody else? Anybody else this side of the class? Oh, look at, he's like, well, if you're gonna give me that much time, teacher, I guess I'll take it. Okay, valuable prizes. Look at Hal, what a slob, just leaving that up there. Okay. All right, if someone's name is Karen and they win, I'm gonna crack up. Okay. Oh, this person is very angry because the paper is really indented. They're almost like blood scraped it on here. So I don't want to say anything, but anybody that's with Erica, be worried. Erica, where are you? Oh, Erica's a little angry, everybody. Like you actually, this is embossed now on this, by the way. But Erica, how fantastic. You just won, oh my God, this is so exciting. You won tickets to see James B. Conley in November, and he is absolutely fantastic. That's a $10,000 value, so well done by you. I know, an actual $10,000 value. And then we'll just go to the first one right here. Lisa Willie, well, over here, okay. I didn't want to get up and get off the stage. It was too comfortable back here in my chair, but I'll get up anyhow. You won also $10,000 value. This is fantastic. Also for James B. Conley. That is I didn't know there was 2 double James B. Conleys in here. I'll tell you right now, go watch him, and if you don't have a good time, you can call me up and go, Laura, you don't know what you're talking about, but I'll tell you, you're going to call me up and go, he's fantastic. One more time for Charlene and Hal, everybody, and all of yourselves for coming out. Fantastic. Please keep supporting live comedy. It's good for you. It lowers your blood pressure, anxiety. Please tip your waitstaff. They have to buy drugs, like I said. And be safe out there. If you drink too much, take an Uber, taxi, something like that. New to your pets, call your mother, and tip the strippers because the poll's hard. All right, thank you. My name's Laura Hayden.
darling. It was so nice meeting you.
Good meeting you. Hope I see you again.
You will see me again. One day. But it was so nice to get out. Yeah. And this house gonna be all
He's always out there.
Where'd you guys go eat?
Barney's Beanery. So we're on a steel glacier coming up from Orange County, so we were late. We were gonna do Yard House, and he texted me and said it's just crazy. There's no way to get in. So we did Barney's Beanery, which I've never done before, and it was really good.
Darling, this is everybody's in the damn friggin' family reunion from hell. So good to see